$300 a month in Asia. That must be possible. Well, somebody commented that in my last episode. But a lot of people think and believe that you can retire in Southeast Asia on $1,000 a month and then live well. I believe that too. But the longer I stay here, the more I start to see the cracks. Not in Asia, but in the idea itself. Because at 65, it is not an adventure anymore. It is surviving. When you look online, everything seems simple. Cheap food, cheap rent, warm weather. And that part is true. You can live cheaper than in Europe. You can slow down your life. You can feel like you escaped the system. But what you don't see in those videos is what happens when things are not perfect. When your health changes, when visa rules change, when prices slowly go up. That's when the dream starts to feel fragile. And that is the part nobody really talks about. So let's break it down. Not the dream, but the reality. Everything starts with one thing: your visa. Because without it, you don't have a life here. Take Cambodia. People say it's cheap, easy, a few $100s a year. And yes, it can be. But you're completely dependent on rules that can change. For example, Vietnam. A lot of people rely on visa runs every few months, in and out. At 30, maybe that's fine. But at 65, you really want to build your life on that? And then there's the Philippines, where you need deposits, upfront money. So here's the truth. You're not just paying for a visa, you're paying for uncertainty. And uncertainty is something you feel more when you get older, because you don't have time anymore to recover from a mistake. Let's talk about cheap living, because yes, it exists. You can eat for a few dollars. You can rent something simple. You can get by. But cheap often means basic. Basic housing, basic healthcare, basic comfort. And that works. Until something goes wrong. One hospital visit, one unexpected problem, and suddenly your entire budget is under pressure. Cheap living works best when nothing goes wrong, but life doesn't work like that. I think that's where a lot of people underestimate this life. They plan for the good days, not for the bad ones. You will hear this advice everywhere. Just live like a local. And yes, it helps financially. But let's be honest, you are not local. You don't have family here. You don't have support system. You don't have a safety net. So when people say live like a local, what they really mean is adjust your expectations and maybe lower them. That's not wrong, but it's not a strategy either. It's a compromise. So let's look at it simply. You have rent, food, transport, visa costs, healthcare. And something people forget: emergencies. Now take $1,000. It looks enough at first. But once you start adding everything up, there's not much room left. And the real question is not, Can you do it? The real question is, how long can you keep doing it? I'll be honest, I'm still figuring it out myself. There are moments where I think, can I really sustain this long term? Or am I just making it work for now? I think that is the honest conversation we should have. Asia is not the problem. It's an incredible place to live. But the idea that you can come here with very little and everything will just work out, that's the problem. If you come here with a small pension, you don't need to dream. You need a plan. And maybe most important, plan E and B. So tell me, what's your plan?